Okay. Ow. What? What is going on with this lighting behind me? It's been doing this forever. I don't like it. We're gonna switch lighting. Hold on. Alright, I mean, it still kind of sucks, but whatever. Slightly better. So, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of debate recently on whether or not Halloween is demonic, and I wanted, for like Christians, and I kind of wanted to share my opinion. Hold on, I don't like this setup. There we go. There, okay, well, so anyway, I kind of wanted to share my opinion. I absolutely love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Fall is my favorite season, so it's like, as somebody who's Christian, should I be celebrating Halloween? The answer isn't a clear yes or no, to be completely honest. But I think it is important to understand first the origins of Halloween. It was originally a pagan practice, and it wasn't originally Halloween, so it was a religious celebration. November 1st was what they called All Saints Day, which is basically they believe that the portal, or like whatever in between the dead and the living, like basically there was a rift, and that the two sides can communicate. So like the dead could come back and communicate with the living, and the living can, you know, talk to their loved ones, whatever. So the night before that was All Hallows Eve, which eventually turned into Halloween. And so actually the origin of it was basically people would dress up in costumes and light fires to try and scare away the evil spirits before the rest of their family members came through. So it's like, it was more of like a protection ritual, like, oh, keep these evil spirits away, we only want the good ones to come through, we only want our family members to come through, we only want them to come through to celebrate whatever, right? So I think that in and of itself is pretty cool, but I will say that I'm about 98% sure that a lot of the Christian holidays that we celebrate were actually originated from, like, they were taken from pagan holidays. The reason a lot of Christians will say like we shouldn't celebrate Halloween is because now it feels like it has more to do with the occult. It's more like witchcraft, magic, like all this dark, evil stuff that we do not want to be associated with, right? And so it's like, should Christians be celebrating Halloween? Pretty much the answer is it's up to the individual. It's up to each person's discernment, their beliefs, their values, how they want to handle it. For me, me and my family have been celebrating Halloween for as long as I can remember. And by celebrate, it's really just, we carve pumpkins, we dress up, we go trick-or-treating, we hand out candy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's like, the dressing up was originally to ward off evil spirits. Obviously we know that doesn't really work, so it's more of a dressing up as our favorite characters and a way to express ourselves, and I think there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Handing out candy, it wasn't always candy, it was more like trinkets and stuff for kids. So that was never anything rooted in a different culture, a different practice. Like, that's kind of always been a thing. Like I said, people would light bonfires and wear scary costumes, scary masks, because they thought it would ward off evil and they would get rid of evil spirits. Obviously, we don't do that anymore. The interesting thing was that jack-o'-lanterns were also carved to scare spirits. Basically, it was like, supposedly this guy made a deal with the devil that when he died he wouldn't go to hell, but then when he died, heaven didn't want his soul either, so he was like roaming the earth, so people would carve faces into pumpkins to scare away evil spirits as well. So a lot of it is rooted in scaring off evil, which, I mean, come on. As Christians, our whole thing is like, we don't associate with evil, we want it gone, whatever. We don't mess with demons, whatever. So it's like, we don't hold those same practices anymore, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's kind of the same thing. And honestly, the holiday in and of itself is believed to have taken root. Yes, it was pagan, but it was said to have taken root from some Christian beliefs as well. Namely, evil spirits, demons, and like not wanting them around. And it's like, obviously we know that putting on scary costumes, lighting fires, carving jack-o'-lanterns, that's not what scares away demons. We know that that's praying, and we know that only God can do that. So it's like, we're not holding the same practices anymore. It's not the same thing. We're not doing it for the sake of scaring away evil. It's just a fun little tradition that we have now, and I think there's really nothing wrong with that. There's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to dress up for it. Like I said, it's up to conviction and personal choice. If you feel you shouldn't be celebrating Halloween, don't. We are all supposed to respect one another. If you want to celebrate it, absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally still love dressing up and going out and going trick-or-treating. Never been to a haunted house. I'm a little bit of chicken, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I get scared really easy. Really easy. Technically, I went last year because there was an amusement park that was holding like a Halloween themed late night type thing. Doing that again this year. Maybe I'll bring like a camera or something. I should get a GoPro. I should look into that so that I can bring it, so I can share it with you guys. Because this was really fun and I really enjoyed it last year, and I really cannot wait to do it again this year. So, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Halloween is like my favorite holiday. Oh no, I definitely did say that. But that's what I'm saying, so it's like, it's my favorite holiday. I love putting up decorations. My decorations stay up year round. Little Halloween lights. My light that's flashing right now is the freaking Grim Reaper. My favorite movies are all like horror movies. Let's see, what do I have on my wall? Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, The Corpse Bride. Come on. Come on now. It's my favorite holiday. So, like I said, the issue with Halloween is, to some, it is a very innocent holiday where you just dress up and you collect candy. To others, it is witchcraft, the occult, ghosts, spirits, demons, summoning, all that. And that's where it can get dangerous, and that's where it can get tricky. And honestly, if you're not participating in that, I see nothing wrong with celebrating Halloween, because as Christians, we are not to practice that stuff. We are to stay far, far, far away from witchcraft. Whether or not you believe it works or not, unfortunately for everybody, it does. It very much does. Again, whether or not you believe in it, that's fine. Don't mess with it. I fully believe that witchcraft works, and witchcraft is real, and it's actually terrifying, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend going anywhere near it at all. Yeah. So, the Bible doesn't necessarily say we can't celebrate it, however, it does warn about promoting and practicing evil, so again, it's up to personal choice, it's up to personal conviction. If you feel like God's telling you not to celebrate it, then you know what? You do you, baby girl. But otherwise, like, honestly, it's just an innocent holiday where people dress up. And like I said, most of our holidays that we celebrate as Christians take root in pagan culture. A lot of them. Pretty sure Christmas does. I think Easter does too. Well, ish. I think. I'll have to look into those. But a lot of the stuff that we celebrate today was rooted in paganism, and we've just switched it around a little bit to kind of fit our narrative, which I can't say for sure. I'll definitely look into it. I feel like I have looked into it before, but I can't find the notes for it anywhere, so yeah. It's one of those things where you just like, it's up to you. It's up to how you want to do it. If you want to say, I'm Christian, I don't celebrate Halloween, great, we support that. You are a Christian, you want to celebrate Halloween, great, I support you too. As long as you're not actively getting involved in like witchcraft and supporting evil and like summoning demons, I don't care. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just a bunch of people dressing up and going out and having fun. Now that I think about it, I think parties might be part of the issue too, because it's get wasted and have fun and do stupid stuff. That might be why a lot of Christians don't want to. That's that's what I'm saying. As long as it's innocent, as long as it's like up to you and your discernment and your personal choices, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just don't do stupid stuff. I feel like that's really all there is to it. I don't know. Personally, I'm gonna continue to celebrate Halloween because all it is for me is dressing up and going out if I'm not working. Spending time with my family, going to haunted houses, scaring the crap out of myself and my family. That's really all it is for me. But again, if you feel like it's not for you, you feel like you're not called to celebrate it, you don't want to celebrate it, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just like, I see a lot of people saying, oh, as Christians, we shouldn't be celebrating Halloween. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. The Bible doesn't necessarily say you can't, it doesn't really talk about it, it just says, don't promote, don't practice evil. So as long as you're being smart, and you're not celebrating it in like a worldly way, talking partying and getting wasted, then you should be good. Realistically, you should be good. So, anyways, hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.